Hey boys and girls, this is MassX with a brand new Mirren Star Legends video, and we're going to discuss in particular team building, but one particular team. I'm going to be doing a series of videos. I'm going to try to keep them between 5 and 10 minutes long to make it simple. You can just pull up different topics, and the first topic we are going to hit on is team building, and in particular Corrode teams. Why? Because they're a little easier than doing the burn and corrode together. That one's going to cost, if you're free to play, it is semi-accessible to you, but let's dive in. So of course you need to start off first with your Asters. And who are you going to be using? Well, the primary 1-2 punch for this is going to be Momo and Gashia. And Gashia you should have already if you've been playing the game. If not, we'll discuss that in a future video on a quick beginner's guide with hints and tips. But those two are your main punches. Why? Well, as you can expect, Momo in particular is a main DPS and Corrode and enhanced corrosion. So yeah, she is going to be pretty much the main primary DPS with Gashia. What does she do? Well, if you take a quick look, targets a single enemy. Resilience damage 119.1%. Again, all these are going to scale from where you're at. Regular damage 298.1% of attack. Each stack of Corrode inflicts final damage plus 3.8% on the skill. Deal extra true damage equal to 1.9% max HP. And she also has punishment, which is also going to have more Corrode. 72% chance to inflict Corrode taken plus a 25.5%, and that's based on the ENG. And then you've also got Benevolence, which inflicts bone infused on all allies for one action. In bone infused, if you're not aware, when dealing regular damage, there is a 46% chance to consume 12% of the Nova's current HP, restore 13% of lost HP, and inflict a stack of Corrode to the target. When affecting multiple targets, this effect triggers multiple times. So yeah, she is an absolutely stellar Corrode unit, currently our most recent limited banner. Now, not to be discounted at all is Gashia, and Gashia is a Corrode enhanced corrosion unit, also with a stellar skill set for purposes of Corrode. You've got the Luminous Mandala, which is all targets all enemies. So you got a nice AoE there with resilience damage. But of course, the key, is you have that 74% chance to inflict one stack of Corrode. That's what it's all about, is getting your Corrode stacks on these characters. You've got Cosmic Extinguish, which is also an AoE. Resilience damage at 55.8% of attack. Regular damage after dealing regular damage inflicts Corrode resistance, which is going to help you also, and that lasts for 2 actions and instantly triggers Corrode on the target. Again, that's the key. Stacks. And then you got Cosmic Echoes that targets Corrode taken plus 23% when Nova deals regular damage. That lasts for 2 actions. Just really good stuff. Now, who else goes along with this? Well, Nafy is the next one that I would point out to be using. Why? Again, another Corrode unit. She has a very nice skill set too that is going to assist with inflicting stacks of Corrode. As you can see in Demon's Reckoning, it does that. In Shadow's Breath, Nova's attack plus 14% lasts for 2 actions. If there's only one enemy target in battle, it gets an extra plus 7%, which is going to help for that damage. And of course, she gets another attack increase with that Demon's Reckoning when it takes damage, and that goes up to 10 stacks. So she's going to help out to give an extra push to everybody, as well as Apous. Apous is going to be the final real key. There is a 3-star Sia that you could use also, but again, the 4-star Apous is a Corrode and enhanced corrosion also. That's going to help assist with everything. You've got in your first Cankerous Bite, 65% chance to inflict a stack of Corrode on the target, and the duration's plus 2. You've got the Maledict, which inflicts 1 stack of Serpent's Venom on the target, and Serpent's Venom gives that Corrode resistance, which is going to be able to help if the target has Corrode before action. 36% chance to inflict 1 Corrode. That lasts for 3 actions. Again, that's all the key. Corrode. And on that monstrous sovereign, you've got Nova's Corrode effect plus 29.5%. Each time an enemy target is inflicted with corrode damage, restores 1.8% of HP to Nova, and that can trigger up to 10 times per action interval, keeping her alive. And I said if you're still filling in some spots, you do have Sia at a 3-star, the Lost Elf, that also does Corrode. Now when you're looking at setting up your Corrode team, you're going to have your 4 Corrode units, hopefully at a minimum, and then you're going to fill it out. So for your main DPS, your Kurakami, for instance, if you're using her, then you're going to fill it in with 1 more DPS most likely. For me, that was, of course, Sarah. Why Sarah? Well, Sarah is kind of multi-use, just a main DPS, does great damage, and I can see using this character in multiple teams, so I wasn't afraid of building it up, so that's the one I went with this. And of course your Ritsu, you're going to want to get some breakers in there to assist with everything. So for breaker purposes, I'm still working on mine. I finally just pulled Moo. Moo is going to be one of my breakers in there, but as you can see in my setup right now, I've been using Dia. Dia is pretty solid with the skill acceleration. Amsa's got break and defense down. And Apous I have in there in that 3rd slot, so the 2 breakers and some more Corrode in there. Now I've gotten to the point where I opened up Mia. I prefer Mia as my support, as a tank, so I've got her in there. And of course on that 3rd slot to get that extra Corrode, I do have Nafy, but again I'm using a healer with Yetnia with this particular character, as well as I've got Kelsuna in there, another healer to help out, has some break too. This is what I've been using right now, but again, still working on building. If you've played the game, you know it is a bit of a grind for building, so you do want to be careful. I don't recommend going higher than 70, 71 on any character unless you're 100% sure you are going to be using that character for a while, because the cost of building gets incredibly high. So as you can see, for instance, my Momo, my Gashia, they're at that 120 plus stage, as well as my Sarah, because I know I'll be using those for a while. So keep that in mind when you're building it. And then the key, of course, is to be dropping these Corrode stacks as much as possible. Just remember, you can interchange those breakers and healers in this. The key for this team, of course, is getting your hands on not only Gashia and Momo, but to get Nafy, Apous, and you could try out Sia and see if going with that extra 5th Corrode is worth it. I have not been willing to spend resources on building Sia yet at this time to test that. I may down the road, especially when the game progresses further and you start to have your set teams built up, to go ahead and throw in, and of course other Corrode units as they may come into existence as this game continues. But as of right now, that is what we got. This is the Corrode team that I've been using, and it's been fairly effective so far. As for the skills for these characters, you're really going to want to focus on Gashia and Momo out of the gate, because again, limited resources, and then go for where the Corrode is on your Corrode units, like Nafy and Apous, to take advantage of those, because that's going to be most important. Anything that's going to lower Corrode resistance for you, increase those skills. Anything that's going to get those stacks more guaranteed, increase those skills. But that's it in a quick video for going over a straightforward Corrode team for you. As I said previously, I will have some more videos for you breaking down different aspects of the game, different sections, from runes to other team builds, etc. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.